My father would be outraged and embarrassed at what Donald Trump is doing to this country. He would be ashamed. And, you know, he was willing to die for this country.
When Donald Trump said he's making Antifa a terrorist organization, first of all, I'm Antifa. Are y'all? Come on. Are you guys Antifa? Because if you're looking for Antifa, I'm here.
You want to see what real independent journalism funded by the people for the people looks like?
You ever heard a story like this in America?
You're looking at it.
Congratulations for always being somewhere where mainstream media is not.
Flint, Michigan. Thanks to people like you, we can get the truth. Corporate media, they've been lying to us for years, and you're going straight to the people.
You are the man of Flint.
As low as 16 cents a day, you'll keep us on the ground, covering the important stories the corporate media covers up.
And I want people to realize something. This is no longer a hypothetical, okay? We are no longer in the this is their plan phase. We are in this is their plan, guys. It's happening right now. When we were gaslit last year during the campaign when we said, if Trump is elected, this will happen. No, it won't. You're going too far. But look exactly what's happening, because it's not just silencing comedians. It's far beyond that. They fired people from the Washington Post. They fired people from MSNBC. They are literally controlling the narrative in the media. And if you don't see it, this is your chance to wake up and see it, because it isn't hypothetical. It's happening right in front of our faces. Guess what's coming next? And I want everyone to pay attention to what I'm about to say, because this is coming next. They're going to begin going after non-profit organizations. If you don't think that's going to happen, I need you to wake the hell up, because the next people on the list is non-profit organization. When Donald Trump said he's making Antifa a terrorist organization,
Do you plan on designating Antifa currently a domestic terror organization?
Well, it's something I would do, yeah. If I have support from the people back here, I think we'd start with Pam. I think Antifa is terrible.
first of all, I'm Antifa. Are y'all? Come on. Are you guys Antifa? Because if you're looking for Antifa, I'm here. But this idea that it's an organized organization that's conducting terrorist activities, this is as made up as Donald Trump's business successes. This is as made up as Charlie Kirk's brand new historical, record on Wikipedia of being a free speech advocate. This is as made up of everything else that Donald Trump has always done. Donald Trump is about facade. He's about this alternate reality that none of us live in. He's made more money as president than any president in history. He's literally doubled his net worth.
For every generation, there is an Edmund Pettus Bridge moment. For every generation, John Lewis and those persons who marched at the Edmund Pettus Bridge on what was known as Bloody Sunday, they gave us the exemplar for what marching and protesting is all about. They were peaceful protesters. They were persons who were there to protect liberty and justice for all by protecting the right to vote. And they were persons who knew their fate before they started the march. They left the church, and as they approached the Edmund Pettus Bridge, they could see the constabulary on horseback. They could see men with clubs. They knew what their fate was, but they marched on. They marched on. They marched on. Go home.
See it, so that Congress, who the people duly elected, they remember their oath to protect and defend it. so that Congress may remember that their duty is to the people, not their party, not a would-be king. Hold it high, so that Congress may be emboldened and encouraged to do what is right.
The Constitution is under attack. The Constitution is no longer a document anyone is paying attention to. The Constitution is no longer what's controlling the narrative. It's solely Donald Trump. The Supreme Court has given him carte blanche, and that is shameful in and of itself. The Republican Congress do not have a backbone. And by the way, shame on the Senate Democrats. Shame on Senate Democrats for voting unanimously for this ridiculous. Anyway, the Constitution is not running things anymore. Donald Trump is. So whenever I was told about this event of marching down from Philadelphia to deliver a copy of the Constitution to Congress, I said, count me in. Right now, a group of veterans, we are over at Union Station doing a 24/7 protest against the National Guard presence there because our message to the Guard is, remember your oath.
Right now, what I care most about is National Guard being deployed in D.C. and some talking about deploying the National Guard in other cities. One, it's unprecedented, obviously, just deploying the National Guard because of crime issues. When we're seeing statistical crime lows in these cities, D.C. specifically, Baltimore, Chicago, the places that we're talking about. But we're seeing a ton of money. I believe it's costing $1 million a day for the National Guard to be deployed here in D.C. when their whole part of that justification was cleaning up unhoused folks, getting unhoused folks off the street. None of that money is being allocated for actual housing for these folks. That money is being allocated for National Guard members to leave their homes, leave their families, leave their jobs, and come out here to pick up crime. And to cut cases.
My father would be outraged and embarrassed at what Donald Trump is doing to this country. He would be ashamed. And, he was willing to die for this. Thank God he didn't. And you know what's really a shame to me is that we have a 9-month-old grandson, and I never wanted him to grow up under fascism. I'm just outraged. It actually is a fascist country right now.
It's a push towards kind of an authoritarian, I've got big guys with guns. They're walking around here. You should get in line. All that type of stuff. Exactly. It's conditional. There's no reason whatsoever that the National Guard in D.C. should be walking around with rifles and pistols. And we already have a Metro Police Department. We already have local services that handle the services that the National Government is doing right now. It doesn't make any sense. It's clearly just a push towards authoritarianism.
As General Milley said, we don't take an oath to a country. We don't take an oath to a flag. We don't take an oath to a king or a queen. We don't take an oath to a dictator, and we don't take an oath to a wannabe dictator. We take an oath to the Constitution. That is what I did when I joined the military. That's what all these other veterans did when they joined the military. And that's what the National Guard did when they raised their right hand. And I said then, when I raised my right hand, that I will defend the Constitution. And I'm here to remind the Guard members and active military members of that very oath. You took an oath to the Constitution, and what Donald Trump is doing is absolutely illegal. And because I'm old and fat, I can't raise my right hand anymore and join the military, but I sure can raise hell. And so that's what I'm going to do. So just like we're telling the Guard members to remember their oath, we're also telling members of Congress to remember theirs. Because this is supposed to be 3 separate branches of government, and Donald Trump controls Congress. If this doesn't terrify you, you're an extremely privileged person.
Well, what have you tried so far? Random violence, widespread destruction, gratuitous sadism.
I don't know what else to do to wake you up.
What you gotta do is you gotta beat one of them publicly. You gotta prove to them you're better than their best man.
Deliver this Constitution. But I'm encouraging everybody here today to go back to your individual, wherever your communities are, and start having conversations in your community. Start organizing in your communities. Start getting people together in your communities. The only way we're going to win this now is grassroots efforts, ground up.
I mean, I'd love to talk about the VA and the fact that this administration is currently attacking the VA. A few months ago, they had proposed that they were going to cut I believe it was 83,000 jobs, which they weren't specific. They just said they were trying to make it efficient by cutting 83,000 jobs. Right now, we have more veterans than ever who are relying on the VA because of the PAC. So the VA is more open. We have more people taking care of, we have more people taking advantage of their benefits because they're veterans. They deserve that. They have the right to get that. And as a veteran who was also exposed to burn pits in Afghanistan, that's something we need. We need to go into our checkers. We need to take care of future issues.
You and me what?
So their proposal for 83,000 to cut 83,000 jobs, they've since backed off and now saying it's just 30,000. We're just going to cut 30,000 jobs. We don't know who's getting cut. That's already affecting veteran services, and we already have a deficit of employment within the VA. There's 60,000 job vacancies within the VA right now. So cutting 30,000 on top, how is that efficient? How does that do anything other than affect our veterans' care and take away from other things?